Nemanja Vidic, a very good morning. Great to see you here in London. First of all, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Fantastic.
I'm good.
Fantastic. Look, you are the only defender that won the Player of the Season award more than once. What do you think helped you to be so good and so consistent for such a long period of time?
Many things. Obviously, first of all, I was lucky to play in Man United, to play with some great players.
Yeah.
We had a great team at the time. We won so many trophies. And when you win the trophies, obviously, you've been recognized as well as an individual, as a good player. So in my time, I played for 9 years for Man United. We won the 5 titles, Premier League titles. So we've been very successful, and obviously to train every day against top players such as Ronaldo, Rooney, Tevez, Van Persie, Ruud van
challenge you on a daily basis.
So you challenge on a daily basis, and obviously we had very competitive spirit in Carrington. You know, I think we find hard trainings, games you find easy. In my time when I was playing for Man United,
the training was more challenging. Interesting.
You know, so obviously, first of all, having good players next to you, and I think it's very important that you have consistency through your career. And I think my best quality was had a fear of losing, and fear of that forward will score goal against me. So that's something which keep me concentrate. And I think that's why I keep myself for many years on good level of performances.
I must ask you about your partnership with Rio Ferdinand. That partnership, the defensive partnership, that's been labeled and described by many as the best defensive partnership in the Premier League history. Would you agree with that?
It's not for me to judge and say who is the best. I will leave that to the fans and people who to express their opinions. But
what made this partnership so good? It seemed like a very successful marriage. How you complete each other.
I think exactly. I think that's very important. I think, like in a marriage, you have to be honest. And you have to talk about the things. And me and Rio, we've been very honest to each other, and we talk about situation, moments during the game. And obviously, sometimes he doesn't agree how I see the football. Sometimes I agree how he sees football. So we kind of find the middle and learn to play together. And obviously, when you have someone that you trust next to you, you know, you feel good on that pitch. And you know, there is the time that probably you're gonna make mistake, but I knew that Rio will be there to help me if I do that mistake. So I think that partnership, I think it's very important, especially for defenders. I think if you look at the team of 11 players, I think this is the part when partnership is important. You know, as a striker, you can be, you know, individual. You don't have to have a good partnership with your striker, but defender, you rely on each other and independent on each other. So we realized that very soon, and we work on it, and it's paid off.
Rio said about you, and I would like to quote it: he became a defender that was feared. He could fight with the most physical players. And I was wondering, as a defender, who was that striker that you know a day before the game, I have to be on the top of the game? We remember that rivalry with Didier Drogba. Was it him or maybe someone else?
You know what? If you look at me when I came to United in 2006, I was not that physical.
So through time you managed to...
So I learned what is the English football about, and I learned hard way. First, my big game was Liverpool away at Anfield. And I play against Peter Crouch and Craig Bellamy, tallest player in the Premier League and fastest player in the Premier League. So I learned that I have to improve my physical abilities. And obviously took me some time to do that, but I think it's very important to understand against who you play and what takes to be successful. In my time, our bigger competitors is Chelsea, and obviously Drogba at that time, he was fantastic.
And Drogba had it all, physical, qualities, everything.
He had everything, and it was really difficult to play against him. So I would say that he's the toughest player I played in that time. Obviously, after that came Kun Aguero, Suarez. So to be fair, in England, in the Premier League, every week you have a difficult player to play against because it's very physical. And if you look at the teams, you're always going to have some fast, agile player up front. You're going to have some physical, good in the air player that can cause you the trouble. And if you're not good at both things, you have issue.
You'll be in trouble.
You will be in trouble because they're going to target you. And you cannot show the weakness. When they find your weakness, they will challenge it week in, week out.
You've tackled so many players. I was going through your tackles in the last few days to find what will describe you in the best way. And I found this tackle on Kyle Walker from 2013. I want to show you that.
Look at Walker charge at this. Vidic had to be short. What a tackle that was. Now Rooney. It's Sandro back defending now. Rooney rolling it in. Welbeck wants to get there. Out came Lloris, penalty.
Even before you made contact with the ball, what do you see here?
First of all, I saw that ball going from out box. And I see Kyle Walker start running, and I start running. And I'm doing the sprint, he does the sprint. And I couldn't stop. I have to go to the end. And actually, Kyle Walker and myself, we went honest to this challenge. We didn't want to hurt each other. We just went for the ball. So obviously, I get better from this challenge. But I think that's what I think English football is about. You know, who is the fastest, who is the strongest, who has the better ability, he will take the ball. I don't see many nasty tackles and dirty tackles in English football, especially in that time when I was playing.
I love how you said the word honestly about you and Kyle Walker, because it seems like he learned the lesson from that tackle 11 years ago, and he's doing those tackles now on his opposition, isn't he?
He was very young at the time. He was very young. He
you taught
just
him a good
started. Lesson. Listen, I learned hard way. He has to do it as well. So he's a fantastic player. Obviously, he's been fantastic for City for many years, and and to be fair, he could injure me if he go a different way. So to be fair, that challenge I saw before as well. So that's the way I played, and that's the way you played football in England in my time.
Vidic on the stretch. Rooney tried to spin. Nemanja Vidic! Stunning! That was not the finish of a centre-half.
So many brilliant years you had at Man United. 3 players that you felt in your time at United were different level. 3. Can be a goalkeeper, a striker, defender. Your decision.
When I was young, I always looked to the forwards. I never liked watching defenders. So I will name just players that I would say scoring goals.
Fair enough.
Players that been special.
I
think that's definitely Cristiano Ronaldo.
That's one,
That's the one. Wayne Rooney, I would say his name not just because of ability that he has as a player, but I love playing with him because he's the warrior. He is the one who's going to play. He will defend from the front. He will play for the team. He's good enough to score goals, and so I would say Wayne and
Cristiano, and the third one?
I would say Robin van Persie.
Van Persie,
He was fantastic that year when we won the title, and he's a magical player as well. So I would say them 3.
Club legends, completely agree with you. Let's talk about the current Man United from a defender's point of view. You spoke about, you mentioned the word warrior. And Lisandro Martinez, he is a warrior, there's no question about it. World Cup winner as well. We do have to highlight that he suffered quite a few injuries since joining Man United. Do you still see Martinez as the player that can lead United defensively moving forward, or anyone else within that defensive unit?
I think he's definitely a good player. I like his energy.
Good enough for United?
His attitude, of course, I think he's good. He definitely has ability. He's good on the ball, aggressive. He's the winner. And I think that mentality is very important. I would say for Man United, in my opinion, it's more important mentality than quality. I think over the years we have some quality and we have good players over the years. But what we lack of mentality and consistency. And then I think consistency is the key word for Man United. And I think key word if you want to succeed to compete for title again.
וואן ביסאקה עושה תנועה, גרנצ'ו מעביר אליו את הכדור. מיינו ברחבה. מיינו בועט! ילד הפלא החדש עם סיבוב ענק. 2-1.
Change of ownership recently at United brought some hope to the fans. There are a lot of discussions about Ten Hag and his future at United. Even if United will finish in the top 4, which seems not realistic, even if they win the FA Cup, do you think Erik Ten Hag should stay the manager next season as well?
I think it's important that what does new management, and how they see the future of Man United.
Yeah.
I think you have to have a strategy. You have to have an idea of what you want and what you want to do and what is the target. I think that's depends, first of all, from, like I said, from the manager, sport director, and Sir Jim Ratcliffe in his team.
Yeah.
And then to pick the manager suited to that role. I don't think even if he won the FA Cup, or even if he stay in the top 4, should affect opinion about Erik ten Hag.
Okay.
Because I think we shouldn't be looking the way we play this game well.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, okay, we show we can do it. Yeah. Or some players, they play well and say, okay, he's the great player for Man United. Like I said, we need consistency. We have to be sure that what Erik ten Hag brings to the club is the thing that we're going to go forward.
Yeah.
And that's down to the strategy and obviously the idea in which direction we're going in next few years. I believe that Man United is 2, 3, maybe 4 transfer windows far from the competing for title. And it will take time to be contender as well for the big trophies. Yeah. That's more down, as again I'm saying, to create that winning spirit, mentality, and that takes time.
Trossard. This would be a horrible end to the day for Brighton. And so it comes to pass.
כמה פשוט, כמה יפה, כמה ראשונה. ארסנל 3, ברייטון 0.
Let's hear your Premier League predictions for the win title. I'm sure it's not easy for your United legends to digest. You know, might be Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City. But we're sitting here in April. Who do you think eventually will win the Premier League this season?
It's difficult to say. I will not predict, but I would say that I think it will be good for the Premier League. It will be good for football if Arsenal win the trophy.
Oh, after 20 years.
After 20 years. And as well, I think it's a good story.
Yeah, yeah.
If you see that...
you don't say because you hate Liverpool and Man City, of course.
I don't know.
That rivalry bubbles inside.
You said that. I don't hate anyone, but I'm just...
That's rivalry.
I'm just saying I think it will be a good story as well because Mikel Arteta was assistant to Pep Guardiola.
Yeah, yeah.
And imagine now that Arteta winning the title in front of the
And he was going through difficult times at Arsenal, and Arsenal were patient with him.
Exactly.
And look what's happening now.
So... But they have strategy, they have idea, and if you look at his team, when he came to the club, he bring a lot of young players.
Yeah.
And he slowly create that mentality, winning mentality, and if he succeed to win the title, I think it will be a great story, and great story for the Premier League, great story for the football, and obviously Arteta and Pep Guardiola relationship, and obviously we have to as well give credit to Pep Guardiola to be, he's not selfish to share his knowledge to anyone, and obviously he shared knowledge with Arteta, and now Arteta could possibly he can win the title. So I think it's a great story. I think I would like Arsenal to win the trophy.
Okay. I want to ask you, is your rivalry Man United-Barcelona between 2008 2011? Obviously, you lost against them in the Champions League final 2009-2011. You played against potentially the best team that was ever assembled in European football. Looking back at it now, did you feel any of those finals you really had a chance, or that was a very difficult battle even before it started?
Listen, now you can say whatever you want, but results said that Barcelona was a better team. You always think that you can do better, and I believe that we can do better.
Any regrets of those finals, or we did everything we can?
Obviously, you know, I cannot take anything from Barcelona. You know, they won and the better team on both games, no question about that. Maybe, you know, you always think maybe if you do this, do that, maybe we could win that game. But fair play to Barcelona. I think they've been recognized as a best team in that period of time. I remember when we talk a lot about style of play Pep Guardiola and style of play of Sir Alex Ferguson. Yeah. And they try to compare who's playing positive football. Yeah. And at the time, every team who played against Barcelona tried to defend and play counter-attack. Yeah, yeah, yeah. In both games, I think we tried to play more offensive, and we want to keep our way of playing. We didn't want to defend, even if happened.
Stay true to your identity as Man United?
Yes. Okay. So, you know, I think in the end of the day, we went there, we gave our best, you know, the way we play, and obviously the Barcelona was better team, and of course it's sad when you go to the final and you don't win the final. It's the worst moment in your life. I'd rather don't go to the final and lose the final. You know, I said that many times. But yeah.
Let's talk about the Euros, please. Serbia, they have an interesting group. Not the toughest group in the Euros, but still a few challenging teams in the group. They got England, of course. That's their first game of the season. I always consider Serbia as one of those dark horses that can go to a big tournament and really shock teams. What do you expect from Serbia in the summer? Do you think they can get out of this group, maybe last 16, maybe quarterfinal? What's realistic for Serbia this summer?
We had that feeling last World Cup as well. Okay. We went there, obviously, very confident that we're going to do well. And if you look at the way we play, we scored 5 goals in 3 games, which is, I think, good for Serbia. But we conceded 8 goals.
Way too much. They need a Nemanja Vidic at the back.
If I look what happened after the World Cup, we didn't improve our defensive shape. Right. And we still, in this qualification, we conceded 9 goals in a group which we have to say is not difficult, and teams that are not on the level that should hurt us that much. And I hope that the team will work on that in months that are coming, because we don't have too much time to fix that. And if you want to win. If you want to go through the group, we have to improve our defensive shape, because I think that we have ability that we can score goal against anyone.
I was about to ask you, who do you think is going to win the Euros? If I'll ask Rio Ferdinand, he'll be very confident that football is coming home. Who do you think will win the Euros? England, France, Portugal? Who are you going for?
France.
Okay. What's the best advice Sir Alex Ferguson ever gave you?
Enjoy. Enjoy and don't waste your time. Career is small. Do your best. Don't have regrets. And I think I did that. I listened to his advice, and I really enjoyed it, especially playing for Man United. And I did my best in that time to play to my abilities and to don't have regrets. And I don't have regrets. I'm really proud of what I achieved from my career. And like I said, I'm glad that I would be part from the club, of the club, and playing with such a great players and great characters.
I think it's great advice for football and also for life, what he said to you. Thank you for your time and all the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
I trusted you.